You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, which basically had a low volume digestion day to day. Still in a power trend, still trading above its moving averages. So it's not doing anything wrong. Today was a day for the financials and the energy stocks. So the semiconductors and the large cap tech stocks took the day off. So nothing wrong there. The Nasdaq just kind of had a low volume digestion day. The IWM, which has 16%. Financial stocks look like it, bottom maybe on Friday and had a nice rebound today, up more than 1% with the volume the last couple of days has been coming in decent, but it sold off hard with the financial stocks. That this is more of a risk on, the Russell 2000, smaller cap, riskier index. Anyway, I don't trade indexes, I trade stocks, and the one that moves the needle, the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq is Apple, and this one looks a lot like the Nasdaq, just pulled back a little bit today, still 1% above its 10 EMA and doing nothing wrong. Tesla is another one that it's having trouble with this 200 number. I wouldn't short this, but it's pretty hard to long it until it gets above that level. So it's kind of trading in no man's land, but it is, 1.5% above its 10 EMA. So, it's trending in the right direction, but needs to get above 200, needs above the 200, this black line here, the 200 simple moving average. So NVIDIA is another one that's been, driving the Nasdaq higher. Pull back on Friday, pull back again today on lighter volume. You can see here, this thing has been on fire, and a pullback is healthy for it. 2.5% above its 10 EMA. So NVIDIA is still strong stock, doing nothing wrong. You got to expect some digestion when you make a move like that, Okay, I'm gonna take a look at some of the drug stocks here. This is Novo Nordisk. This one had a positive trial last week on the, it's got the weight loss drug. It's an injection now, and the trial is for the pill form. So you can take it orally, that'd be great. Weight loss pill, instead of having to stick a needle in your tummy. Anyway, this stock it broke out of this consolidation period here. It traded below its 50, then rallied right back through it. It's kind of gappy here. It's got lots of gaps in its chart, but just take a look at the weekly or even the monthly, especially. I mean, just that's a thing of beauty. Lower left to upper right. And yeah, it's a large cap stock, but NVO is a beast. If you want to take a little look at a little more risk here, this is TGTX. Like I had mentioned, when it was at 1959, it was 150% above its 200 simple moving average, and now it's pulled back and it's only 64.5. But you can see it's just kind of trading sideways here. They launched their multiple sclerosis drug, and we'll see how that's going here. They'll provide some data here. Yeah, May 10th they have earnings, so yeah, they're still I don't know, six weeks away. So you gotta have some patience when you're dealing with speculative stocks. I was asked to look at EXAS. This is a ARK-K stock. Kathy Wood, I believe, is in her top 10 stocks. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. It's a early detection of colon cancer, I guess. So they have testing devices. It doesn't have the fundamentals here that I look for in a stock. It's losing money. And if you look at the weekly here, it'll show you a little more data here on the sales growth, not bad, earnings not so much. But technically it looks great. And if you're a trader, I would think that this is with something that could be traded here. Is it starting to break above this little downtrend line? Touches that downtrend line like 4 times, starting to break above it here. As it bounces off this 50 here on Friday, then again today up nearly 1%. So for a trade, yeah, I do like that. Nice consolidation, breaking above a downtrend line. Very nice. Longer term, I just don't know enough about it. But it does have the sales growth, and I do respect Kathy Wood and her ability to, her vision for her stocks. But she's a little longer term than I am. But definitely this one looks good for a trade, and if you're a longer term holder, That area right there, the cancer, precancer of colon, should be if they can take market share, it should be a good longer term stock for her. Anyway, I like the retail space. You know that the elf on the shelf, it broke above the shelf. I would say that this is a breakout right here on Friday as it broke above its 10. Now it's 63% above its 200 on Friday. And now it's 64%. So it's definitely something to be mindful of if you own the stock, but definitely has momentum. And that looks to me like it's breaking out into a new ground there. Elf is doing great. Deckers is another one that I like. I see a lot of their Hoka shoes in the wild, and also, the Uggs are wildly popular, and they've got the sales growth here. Excellent fundamentals. PE of 24. It's not too expensive, but definitely has sales momentum. You can see it traded below its 50 and rallied through. You've seen a lot of that recently. ONON, I had to sell shares after researching this one this weekend. It's just too expensive for me at this level. It definitely had a nice run after earnings, had a nice pop, but 13% above the 10 EMA. That one needs to calm down and will likely pull back below the 30 area here and allow the moving averages to catch up. And the last one I want to look at in retail is Hershey's. Who doesn't love a Hershey chocolate bar, especially one with almonds? And we also like new highs, and Hershey's making new highs. This is very defensive. I do not, as a growth trader, I do not like this. If you're a value, trader or owner, investor, then this is great. Pays a nice dividend, making new highs, a PE of 29 for a chocolate bar stock. Pretty ridiculous. It's getting a little stretched here, but good for Hershey, good for the long-term shareholders. And you can see it's above all the moving averages there, 2.4% above the 10. So congrats to Hershey's. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the energy and financial stocks won the day, and the semiconductor saw money flowing out here slightly, just a little pullback here. It's down, pulled back down to its 10. Maybe it'll come down to the 21 if we get lucky. But that's Allegro Microsystems doing nothing wrong, just digesting gains. It's a trend stock. It's trending right along the 21, just like ACLS Technologies, another semiconductor. This is an equipment stock. This is actually up today in lighter volume, so good for ACLS and AEHR. I know this one was down. Yeah, slightly. They have earnings on Thursday. So, semiconductor stocks just took a day off. I showed you NVDA earlier, and LSCC, I believe that one was, just down slightly, down to the 21. Up 4% after hours. We'll see about that. Anyway, just taking a look at some new highs. Going to burn through these quickly here. I like new highs. This is COTY. This had been on our watch list. I gave up on it, though. It's too darn slow for me, but, we do like new highs. And COTY made a new high today. The software space was kind of hot today because of the Blackbaud was bought out. And so some of these caught a bid. This is a Squarespace, made a new high, up nearly 2%. INTA, INTAP, another one making new highs. You can see this one's trending nicely, finding support at the 21. Looks like a semiconductor stock, and it's a computer software financial stock. So good for the longs there. This is Vita COCO. I have a friend on Twitter who always reminds me, don't forget about COCO. And look at these big blue volume bars. I use this product actually. It's hydrating, and it's good in protein shakes, but the stock's doing great. You can't argue with new highs, so I'm not going to argue. Congrats to the longs. This is Green Brick Partners. This is this really should be on our watch list here. It was earlier, and I took it off because it's just so slow. But it made a new high today and pulled back slightly. But the home builders have been doing fine. We've had Meritage, I believe, and Pulte Homes on there. And the last one today is Pinterest. They got an upgrade. It was up, I don't know, it was up 4%, pulled back a little bit, up 2% on the session. Anyway, that's it for today. Never give up.